you typically will get it done in the 3 days if it's possible. So, working with timers is actually a really great idea. Timing, I found out something really interesting. Speaking of that, one of I have several gurus, that I say, what would this guy do? What would that guy do? Actually, you're one of them. I'd say,
what would Bulb do?
What would Bulb do? But anyway, one is Gene Simmons. Okay. Love him or hate him. The guy makes money and he works his ass off, and he usually works 7 days a week. And he says weekends are great because on the weekends you can work twice as long. You know what I mean? So this is what Gene does. So I always bought into that, but then my family would get really ticked off with me. Now I have another guru named Seth Godin. Okay. We know Seth, and, I just found out something. I just was reading Lynchpin, and I, found out something blew my mind, and it's kind of changing my thoughts on life right at the moment. And it's, he said when he first started at his company, he had very specific hours that he worked, and he was done at this time, and he never worked weekends. And that worked out really well for him. So, I'm saying, go into the office or whatever it is you do during these times and get it done. And then when it's done, why don't you just leave it alone until the next day and then go live your life and kiss your kids and hug your wife and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I struggle with all the time, because I live 3 lifetimes every day, basically, whether it's the musician, the marketer, or the husband, father, and trying to balance those 3 things. It's not easy. You know what I mean? But it can be done. You just gotta, set timers. By the way, I was looking for it before we left and I couldn't find it, but I know there's an app you can get for your phone where every time someone interrupts you, you press a button. Oh. And then you press it again. And at the end of the week, you see how much time was spent doing absolutely nothing because people were interrupting you. And if you can, or let's say I'm going to read my email now, then you press the button. So whenever you're not actually working, so let's say you have 8 hours a day, or 10 hours a day, whatever, let's say you do 50 hours a week. Okay. That's not unusual for an entrepreneur. I have 50 hours a week set aside to work, but every time you press the button, you might find out you're only working 20 of those hours because the other 30 hours is taken up in interruptions. So maybe you need to consider that as well and find a place to work where you don't get interrupted. So those are the things I have to say about today, Bob. Excuse me, Bob. Bulb.
And like I said at the beginning, the disclaimer was these are things that I strive for and I wish that I met, more often. And as prolific as I am, a lot of people look at all the books and the things that I've created and the content and they go, oh my God, you're like a powerhouse. And, I guess when I look at it in one way, that is true. I've gotten a lot of stuff out, but I think to myself, man, if I was truly disciplined and didn't get off the course, I could have twice as much stuff out there, and so this is something that's an ongoing process. Just do the best you can to adhere to these guidelines or whatever works for you. But when you get off track, don't beat yourself up. Just get back on the horse and keep riding. I think you mentioned that earlier.
I've only done 28 CDs. What a slacker!
I know. Just think if you were really focused, you could have done 87 by now.
Oh man, now you make me feel. Now I'm all depressed, Bob.
No.
I'm gonna go have a pizza.
So this was good. I'm so glad that Rowen brought that up.
Thanks, Rowen.
This was a great topic. Yeah.
Right. And as mostly always, we skipped a week from our Twitter chat. But of course, we'll be having the Twitter chat today at 3:00. So we're hoping that you can all make it. It's at MMM chat. That's a hashtag, a pound sign, number sign, MMM chat, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to talk about scheduling and getting healthy and staying healthy and not losing your mind and all that stuff. Yes. Next week, I'd like to talk about using Twitter as to build community and have a network with other musicians and things like that. So and also we're considering the possibilities of moving the chat to a different time or day. So we'd like y'all to jump on SpeakPipe. And Bob's going to tell you how to do that. And we want to hear from you about the tweet chat, like if you think there's a better day or time, or and your thoughts on it.
And so this has been very cool. The last 3 episodes, we were able to use digital audio voicemail and actually hear our listeners' voices asking the question, and we love that. And so continue doing it. And you can get my SpeakPipe is at speakpipe, that's pipe.com/Mr. Buzz Factor. And the Mr. is MR, so speakpipe.com/MR Buzz Factor. And that's where you can use your microphone built into your phone or microphone built into your laptop or whatever, and leave us a digital voicemail that we'll get, and we'll incorporate it into the show if it's something that we can use.
Fantastic. And as always, you can reach me at Music Market Mind on Twitter, Bob.
I'm at Mr. Buzz Factor, and also the buzzfactor.com website. I keep on forgetting I actually did register Mr. Buzz Factor, which I think forwards to my regular Buzz Factor site, so either one.
Oh, you're just so buzzed. Okay.
I am.
And it's musicmarketingmind.com. And don't forget, I just launched the pilot episode of Making Money, Making Music, and you can find that on Spreaker.com. Just do a search for Making Money, Making Music. And in a few weeks in the new year, we're going to have that up on iTunes and all those good places. But it's quite the show where we bust the myth that you can't make money making music by interviewing people that do it every single day.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you're doing that. This was a fun one, Billy.
Yay!
All right, let's go out and eat some healthy food and get on the treadmill.
Are tacos good? Is it?
Make sure you get the healthy tacos.
Oh, God. Okay, sounds great, man.
I like me some fish tacos. Those are good.
Actually, I do like fish tacos. Fish tacos are pretty good. Is guacamole healthy? It is, right?
It's avocado and other stuff mixed in. Yeah, I think that's good.
I like that. All right, let's go, man.
All right, it's almost lunchtime here, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm hungry now.
I'm hungry too. All right.
Thanks, Rowen. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you all, and we'll talk to you again next week.
See you later, Bob.
Bye, Billy. Woo!
You like that? You like that English alarm?
Is that what that was?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. I'm pressing stop now.
Oh yeah, I pressed it as you were trailing off.
Are you still there? Excellent! Now would be a good time to visit hostbaby.com for your free 30-day trial. Of course!